So I think the single most important question Rider Nation wants to know is, what are the rings going to look like?
Yeah, they're going to be beautiful. They're going to be beautiful. It was cool to be a part of the committee, man. That was a first for me. But just knowing forever that those group of people, you'll look at that thing for years to come, and knowing that you had a part of helping design it. But ultimately, like everything, you look at that and you think of the whole season and what went into that. But I'll say this. This is going to be the coolest one I have.
When you came to Saskatchewan, you understood what the head coach of the Roughriders meant to the community, and you embraced all of it from day one, and you very much wanted to bring a title to this community. Do you understand that you're now a legend forever in Regina?
No, I'm not sure. Depending on some of the things, I know certainly right now I owe an apology to my son's 3, 4, 5 hockey because we missed and we were supposed to bring treats. So hopefully, I don't know, legend status right there.
Well, maybe not in the home, but in the city.
No, man. Listen, nothing's honestly changed since winning. It's just I'm just continuing to have the same conversations with everybody in the city, and it's been like that always. I mean, special place. I knew it. It's even more special than I had anticipated. Unbelievable support in the whole province, and certainly, just the time spent in Regina. But even when we go smaller towns or Saskatoon or wherever, it's the same, man. Everybody bleeds green for real. I love it.
Winning follows you. You've had success as a player. You won in Calgary. You won in Toronto. Your first year. You've now won the first time as a head coach. How?
Look, it's just being observant of really tying into every place that I've been, and looking at the things that I thought was conducive to success. And what I'd always lean back on was just the teamwork, and which is the irony of it all, is a team sport. It should be, but in every element, in every sense of it, we're really a close-knit group, be it staff and players, and it's. I think the catchphrase now is process-oriented. But it's truthfully what it is. We're constantly finding ways to how the heck can we be a better version of what we were the previous day, and things kind of fall where they're supposed to after that.
Just talked to Mike Miller, and he was talking about culture and standard and expectations, and how it's so important to set those when you first walk in the door. There's not a coach alive at his first press conference that doesn't talk about culture and standards and expectations, and then they have to at some point go from words to actionable items. And when you're a first-year head coach, I am sure players tested you. What was your, at what point did you have to show the actionable item and make sure they understood you were in charge? You don't have to mention the player, but give me an example.
I think just depends on, I think when people think about that, it's about dropping the hammer, like if people, I think, and there certainly were, I thought, training camp, the guys had to run for fighting in practice, you're getting kicked out of a game, can't have that, you're important, I thought that was a good example. We hit a tough stretch in 24 that first year, and practice ended abruptly, and we had a good talk in the locker room as a team. Those things, I think about, but even if it's just a one-on-one conversation with somebody, and it's not, it doesn't have to be something that's, I think, stern. I think it's just, a lot of times it has to be real and fair. And sometimes those conversations aren't easy, but they're going to be real and they're going to be fair for the end game of what do we want? We want to be successful, so here's how we're going to do this.
It feels to me like, there was kind of an obvious moment in 24 where you guys started really well and then really struggled. And then you got to 25 and you started really well and then you struggled, but you were able to flip it back and not capture what happened the previous year.
Yeah.
How are you able to make it different this time?
I think just the guys, the process really wasn't a ton different, I think, from us as a coaching staff. We just understood the situation that we were in. And I think having the continuity of as many people we had back from the previous years, they knew what it took to get us out of there. I think it was just a faster call to action from everybody that included, to being able to get out of, a little bit of a slip up that we had. And, I wouldn't change it, man. That we probably needed that, to have the year that we had. So, I'm just so proud of the guys, man. A lot of work went into that to last year.
When I look at your receiving core, that was the big thing that stood out to me. You had like 9 guys that caught 30 passes or something crazy like that. And you can't keep them all. And you've managed to sign a couple, but yeah, there's still some that are out there. That depth that was accumulated, how much will that allow you to approach this year differently if you have to make hard decisions?
Yeah, I think, at the receiver spot, no doubt, we had that the offensive line position, and then there's other spots that we're not talking about. But, to speak to the receivers, certainly, we lost a couple guys for an X amount of games, and young guys had to step up. The Robustellis of the world, the Ajojo, the Del Duncan Busby, Mitch Pictons, whoever it was had to step up, and there's never an excuse for us. We got to keep it rolling. So will it help us? No doubt. But in the same time, we got a lot of free agents, and a lot of them are receivers, no doubt. We would love everybody back, man. So that's going to be a two-way street sometimes. But as long as everybody leaves the table feeling good, then personally I'm always feeling good. So I just hope everybody continues to wear that green and white.
What about having Trevor and just having that veteran presence, especially when you're rotating through receivers and offensive linemen? How important was he?
Incredible. I got to go. I would like to do that. I don't know the analytical people or people who look at it, but Trevor Harris gets a lot of receivers paid, man. So I'm happy Trevor's back.
Yeah.
But certainly he makes everybody better. Myself, Mark Mueller, his offensive line, the backs, the receiver, he makes everybody better. Just how he operates, whether it's something whether it's in game, what he's doing, makes jobs easier for other guys of what they're doing, or how he operates on a day-to-day. And people just can sit back and watch what that looks like. Makes their job a little bit easier to kind of get fast-tracked into seeing what it looks like to be a pro's pro. There's no secret why a guy of that age is playing as long as he has. He's got his own ingredients to his recipe for success, and man, it looks good.
You were able to get an opportunity as a young coach to transition right from playing to being a position coach. You gave Andrew Harris the opportunity last year. You're giving Micah Johnson the opportunity this year. Do you see some of yourself in Micah?
Oh, 100%. I think just his love for defensive line play is number one. How much football means to him. His family moved from Florida to Regina full-time for multiple years now. So the man loves football. His family's a football family, and he loves the green and white. So incredible that we get to continue working together in a new fashion, but everywhere that we've been able to work together, whether teammates or position coach and player, head coach and player, we've had some pretty good times together. So looking forward to this new venture together.